As you hear the sound of the bell, allow yourself to remind yourself why you're here. You've just come to sit quietly with yourself for a few moments of this day as we begin to observe, to simply observe yourself. You are under the microscope. You are in the petri dish. But it's you that's looking at you. So we take our seat. A meditation works really, really well when we can allow the body to take a very gently dignified position, with the spine being tall in the back. And we can think of ourselves as trees, maybe bamboo trees, because they're very strong, but they sway in the wind. Bamboo bends and it bows, but it's very, very strong. And that's how we want to think of ourselves. Life bends us. Life makes us bow sometimes, but we remain strong and vital. The feet planted firmly to the floor, the legs hip distance apart, the hands resting on the thighs, the shoulders relax, the belly and the chest relax. The back of the neck gets taller because the crown of your head reaches up toward the ceiling as if you were holding up the ceiling. It's just an image. I like to say, striving to the sky. The fingers are relaxed. The toes release. And you simply notice, observe. Are there any sensations in the body this morning? Are there any thoughts and feelings that are already pulling you somewhere else? Just observe them. You're just looking through that microscope. You're not reacting. You're not thinking about it. You're just looking at it. You're looking at you with a lens of kindness, with a lens of compassion, without judgment. Just simply being here, right now. And bring your attention to your breath. The breath is more or less a portable anchor. The breath is with us no matter where we are. We're breathing. And it's a wonderful way to help you still yourself from the thoughts and the feelings and whatever is going on in this moment, whatever you brought with you. Pay attention, if you will, while you let your eyes, if they're not already closed, begin to close, and you sense the air traveling in and out of the nostrils. And we're just taking this first part of practice to sit in stillness and quiet, appreciating yourself for showing up, for being willing to put yourself under the microscope with loving kindness, with compassion, with generous spirit for whatever you find. Think of the mindful path. Think of the mindfulness in meditation. We're sitting in meditation, but we're directing our minds to be mindful, to observe, to be aware. And we're just transcending all darkness, discomfort, pain, suffering. We're just being, breathing from this moment to this moment to this moment. Be mindful of when you observe any judging, anything, thoughts that are pulling you perhaps either into the future or the past, away from this moment of now, aware of any trying to suppress anything that's occurring. I'm not supposed to do this. That's a judgment. No resistance. Mindfulness is about allowing whatever occurs to occur without reacting to it. We just observe. Peace is every breath. Peace is every step. Peace is every thought. Peace is every feeling. Peace is here with you right now, in this breath, in this breath, and this breath. You may notice that there sometimes arises a restlessness. We all have those moments. I love that word to describe what we feel sometimes that isn't peaceful. A restlessness. And when that occurs, you just simply observe, continue to observe, and you can do two things. You could put a smile or a half smile on your face and just return to your breath. That's the sort of mindfulness medication when you feel restless. Half smile and focus on the air traveling in and out of your body. So we're going to shine the light of awareness on the restlessness. You're looking at it through that microscope. And you might notice that the restlessness arises, and then it disappears. It ultimately does dissipate. We don't often have the patience to let it dissipate by itself. But if we, generally speaking, in the normal, I don't love that word, but in a sort of regular circumstance, the restlessness will subside. We don't want to judge it. We don't want to destroy it. It's just who you are. We don't want to try. We don't want to effort to suppress it or judge it. We just want to illuminate it. I love this idea of shining a light on ourselves. As we said before, meditation is just sitting with yourself and observing. So we're actually cultivating this self-awareness. And we're connecting to it as an observer. And that's kind of a new idea for many. You're the subject of yourself. So as you begin to entertain this, as you're sitting still, nice tall spine, shoulders relaxed, forehead relaxed, mouth relaxed, a smile. Notice, observe what you do with restlessness. Shine the light of awareness on your restlessness. And as you do this, take note if it changes. Does the restlessness turn into something else? Does it grow stronger? Does it fade away? Just observe. Illuminate to yourself your restlessness. And as always, if it becomes work, if it becomes efforting, just simply return to your breath, or perhaps a sound, an object, sound, breath, and continue in that way as you practice. as we illuminate ourselves to ourselves, we might notice that any psychological state that you subject to illumination does soften, does change. It does begin to change its nature. The observing mind is making that happen. Once we stop resisting whatever we are illuminating, it's then that the miracles happen. We can learn to not identify, as in rain. We recognize, we accept, we investigate, we illuminate, and we don't identify, and we nurture ourselves with compassion and kindness. We find this restlessness changing by illuminating it. There's a lovely metaphor of the sun shining its light everywhere, on every blade of grass, every leaf, every flower, all living things. And they grow as a result of this light, this illumination. The sunlight shines. It gives us food. We grow. We change. So you could think of illumination as the sun shining. You're shining the sun on yourself, illuminating your thoughts, your feelings, your pain, your sensations, your joy, your happiness. Your freedom, your peace to yourself. You're growing. You're not fighting with yourself. You're just recognizing when this restlessness occurs. You're observing how it happens, how long does it last, and how it fades away. Just being aware. Shining the sunlight on yourself. And there's always the choice to return to your object, your anchor. Finally, notice your own responses. Shine the light and illuminate your own responses to what restlessness is for you. Without judging, without fear, just in order to know yourself a little tiny bit better. When the light shines in the darkness doesn't totally disappear. It just kind of merges with the light. So we want to be able to live with the times that are feeling a little dark, and also the times that feel light, and anything in between. We're just simply observing it, smiling, breathing, holding ourselves with gentle, kind, loving compassion. And as you do this, you are acquiring peace. Peace is in me. Peace is above me. Peace is below me. Peace is to the left of me. Peace is to the right of me. My afflictions dissolve as I smile. I return to the safe, secure place of my peace. And when I do, flowers can bloom beautifully and peacefully in the garden of my heart. Hold on to this lovely image as you venture forth into your day, the rest of your week. And know that this is always available to you. Illumination, sunshine, peace. And as we always do, we show gratitude to ourselves. I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful that you can be grateful. and you thank your mind and your body for what they offered you. And we appreciate the stillness that we were able to achieve on whatever level that was. Even 1 second is powerful. And we appreciate our spirit for its willingness to show up. And as we do in the practice of loving kindness, metta, I am filled with loving kindness. May all beings be filled with loving kindness. I am well. May all beings be well. I am filled with the light of illumination. May all beings be filled with the light of illumination. I accept whatever I see when shining the light on myself. May all beings experience illumination. I am peaceful and at ease. May all beings be peaceful and at ease. And remind yourself not to give yourself a hard time today. Wherever you go, whatever you do, I won't give myself a hard time. Smile, have peace, and when you hear the sound of the 3 bells, just stay with yourself a little moment longer before we stop the tape. Many blessings, appreciation, and love. Namaste.